No, people are driving like fucking morons.
Are they driving fast? Or are they just like fucking just skittish? Like what do they do?
Like they're just like they'll pull out in front of you like bad times. Like today I was heading to an intersection. I was making a left. This other person facing me was making a left on their side as well.
Yeah.
They decide to put on their blinker, pull out, and I literally stopped in the middle of the intersection. I'm like, boy, like, what are you doing?
Well, did you notice if the area you were in, they were coming or going from like a grocery store or like something like a place?
Yeah, like they're coming and going, but it was like, you know, why is everyone speeding in a parking lot? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I never understood that. I always like sometimes you see fucking a car fly out of a parking lot.
Yeah, I mean, I see it from time to time, but like this time, you saw it a lot more often.
Yeah.
And like when I was at the bank yesterday, there was a lineup for people just taking out cash because they're like, oh, what if the bank accounts go down?
This is just proving that movies are correct in a sense, because you see all those apocalypse movies where shit starts hitting the fan and everybody just starts like, if it was happening at a way rapider pace, I don't know if rapider is a word, but it is now. Rapider. People would be fucking looting shit.
Yeah.
People wouldn't care anymore, because if they think that they're gonna die or it's like a life or death thing, they're just gonna go off the wall.
Which is like, but portrayed in movies, it is like an accurate thing where, like, you know, they know that it'll lead to them either turning into something or dying. With our situation, we know the risk, the at-risk groups are the very, very young children, like babies and toddlers, to the elderly. The middle ground, I mean, if you're approaching like 40s and 50s, a little bit of risk, but if you're healthy, then it's fine. But like, just seemingly every demographic is freaking out and just like fucking toilet paper, fucking paper towel. Like, I went to the grocery store yesterday and there's like a line of, like in one aisle, like 10 people just lining up to cash out and just had like a variety of shit. There was no toilet paper, no paper towel whatsoever. No.
Yeah, all the shelves are empty.
Yeah, they were all completely empty.
And then they've got signs where it's like 3 per person now.
Yeah.
Like that kind of stuff. I don't get it. Toilet paper, you know.
You don't get it? You don't know why people are getting mad? It's something you should have a lot of. We have only like 4 rolls. That's scary.
Yeah.
And there's none left to buy.
it's really not that serious.
It shouldn't be.
It really shouldn't.
Number one.
Well, no, it shouldn't be, but people are fucking freaks, and they like spent all their money on that shit.
I don't know. And then everything's shutting down, and it's like,
it's like,
how are people working and getting money? You know, when everything's shutting down.
Because it's a pandemic.
Well, I mean, what do you think?
It's branded now.
What do you think happens with I mean...
Sean, I think you've got what you've been dreaming for the year, like, over the years.
Just the apocalypse.
Over the years. You're like, dude, I really hope the apocalypse comes. That was Sheldon a couple years ago. Sean's like, if the apocalypse comes, I'm ready, man.
When someone's life is going through shit, they hope that more shit happens to other people, to the point where it's like, oh, we're just living in it now.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where the whole mentality came from. It's like,
well, a lot of people were like, you know, I don't really care if I die at this point, you know. If I die, I die.
Yeah, like, I'm not like that. Like,
I want
now
to
I
do
have a
more
completely
shit.
different perspective.
Yeah, same here.
I need to get money first.
Yeah.
Because that's how the shit works.
But yeah, I probably would have been the same a couple years ago, but, you know, now that I've matured a little bit more, actually I probably haven't, but
That's fine.
anyways, I feel like, yeah, there's a lot more shit I want to do.
Yeah, I mean, look at what we're fucking doing right now. Look at you guys watching us right now. Look
Yeah,
at what
look
we're
at
fucking
us
doing.
sitting down at
Yeah,
a
we didn't do
table.
this shit 2 years ago. We're fucking getting at it.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, not to date this episode, but first episode went up last week.
Yep.
I just dated it.
Woo! Fantastic.
I just dated it.
Yeah, we so far have 50 views. Doing well.
Moving on up.
Less than 10 subscribers.
Moving on up.
Nice.
Yeah, next week. Just give me next week.
Yeah,
Cash your
next week
checks.
we actually start with the
You're
video.
jerking off because you're sad. What was that?
No, it's a money thing. You know, when you have fat stacks.
I don't think you slap them that
I
hard.
think
You're slapping
you're-
the whole wad out of your hand. Clearly, you've never done it
that's,
before.
That's true. I've never
I
done
think you're.
it. You're right. I've never done it.
Deal with yesterday at work. There was a guy that came in.
Who do you?
And he was looking to get some help, like getting like a sound system set up or whatever. And he's one of those guys that just he's an
Keep the
old.
zombies out.
Yeah, I don't fucking know. He's an older guy, and a lot of older guys, depending on what's going on, I think he's a little bit mentally ill.
Why do you say that?
Let me get to it. He was just going on rants about like. You know, like, oh, do you know that show Emergency back in the 80s? Like, did you watch that show? I'm like, sure. And
Yeah, man, that's my favorite show. I would have went along with it. Like,
Clearly didn't understand that I'm very young.
remember that one episode with that thing? Like, oh man.
I mean, Shel, do you blame him?
No,
but this is where the kicker came in. So I realized that he was mentally ill. I'm mentally ill, but no diss to that guy. But I mean,
But huge diss
But
to
here
that guy
we
'cause
go.
he's mentally ill.
but he was asking if he can get a DVD player that allows for certain movies that he watches to not have times where the movie's slowed down. What he's referring to is slow motion. He wants something that can bypass slow motion and complete. I was like, some DVD
I like
players.
the way this guy's brain works.
Bro,
He's like, this totally exists.
I'm gonna
so
give
I
a
gotta go to the
demonstration. I
tech
swear to
store.
God, I'm gonna give a demonstration. This is exactly what he did in a second.
He wants a DVD player. I was like, you can get DVD players that can like 1.5 zoom, like 1.50, whatever, and like fast forward a little bit. But he's like, no. He's like, I don't want any of that shit.
He literally got up, and he's like, you know, in a movie, it's supposed to be like this. It's not. He tossed his keys. He's like, it's supposed to be like that, and he's like, but instead it's.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm like, what is going on? What am I bearing witness to right now? And then I hear my manager like over the mic. He's like, Shelton, you doing all right? Everything fine? Like, yeah, it's going
Wait,
all
that
right.
was the guy you were dealing with? Like,
I was dealing with this. old
You're
guy.
dealing with DVD guy, yeah.
Yeah, I was dealing with the DVD guy. Yeah,
And my man, like, he was kind of talking loud. He's like, I don't want it to be like that when it's in the movies.
and I'm like, sir, that's how the director filmed the movie, and that's how it was edited. It's like, I don't want it.
it's like, alright, then you can't watch it.
Yeah, and then I was like, sir, can I just get your phone number?
Sir, would you like a warranty today?
There's the whole thing.
Would you like a warranty
The
for
whole
nothing?
thing. I was with him for 20 minutes.
Made my brain hurt.
Literally,
Like the back of my head.
that whole thing was for me to set up, like getting the guys to go over to his house and like set up his audio system.
Oh my god.
That was that whole thing. But he went on a tyrant about fucking the DVDs and all the movies he would watch. And then Emergency came out of nowhere. It's like, man.
You guys need to
It's like-
manufacture this DVD
It's like this
player.
shit happens, and like literally one time we had a supervisor that worked at our store before, and there was another older guy, not the same guy, which should be hilarious, but he was started talking to her about, oh, do you remember Aerosmith and like how good they were and all that, and like fucking Zeppelin and all, and like he was saying it as though he were currently living in that time period.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, you went to see them, right?
Like, what year is it?
Yeah, man.
Like, what year do you think this is?
And it's
Yeah,
like,
and do you have DVD players that don't go?
And like I had somebody call in like, oh, I need a power cable for my boombox. What are you doing? What is this?
Like,
I'm
yeah,
sorry, this is in 2001 audio video.
was a mandatory purchase of a time machine before that.
Yeah, it was like, man, are you sure you called the right place? Like, they let you out of this.
I need Doc, my Air Mags, and my DeLorean.
yeah, so we get kind of colorful characters like that all the time because our store had a reputation years ago for being like the go-to place for everything.
Yeah.
And like everybody assumes that we're Amazon, so like we just have everything. And it's, you know, I just
Do
want.
you guys have Band-Aids? Toothpaste?
Legit, we had a guy come in. He was like, I'm gonna do some shopping, but do you guys have any snacks? Like,
Oh my god.
like, what do you mean snacks? This is.
Do you guys have any snacks?
We have a fridge with like drinks in it, but he's like full on looking for like candy bars.
Like, I had this granola bar in my pocket from a break.
Do you think we should have like
can't have
a fucking vending machine set up in front of the store?
You should talk to your manager about that. Hey, I really think we should put a vending machine in front of our store. I've gotten 2 questions about snacks now.
I definitely think it's priority number 1.
The guy needs to step up his game and just walk around with like loose popcorn in his pocket.
Yeah, legit. Like,
Or wear like breast pocket shirts and just always have popcorn.
yeah. I mean,
I think ahead.
overall, it's a really fun job. It has its benefits. The people I work with are fucking fantastic. But you do get some colorful folks that are really just like not in tune with what's going on outside of the world.
I mean, that's retail in a nutshell.
Yeah, it's...
You either love it or hate it. Like, there's no in between.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I mean, probably like you like who you work with. Like,
Yeah.
you really like who
I
you work
like
with. That kind of makes the job.
Retail can be fun if you have a good team.
Yeah. Because otherwise the job is very monotonous in and of itself. You're just kind of...
Because you're dealing with so many people on a daily basis. It's,
Yeah.
yeah.
I like the people that are compassionate. Like when I sell to them, they're like actually nice and they refer to me by name and stuff. And that's always good. And like there was a couple that came in. One of my coworkers was telling me they were looking for me specifically, and then he checked the schedule. He's like, "Oh, he's not in for another 10 days." I was like,
What did they say to that?
I don't know. He didn't tell me what they said.
They're like, "Oh, we got a bottle of wine for him."
Yeah, there's a coworker that same guy that I was just referring to. He was dealing with a customer and sold him like 4 TVs, like a whole setup and everything. And the guy brought him in a bottle of liquor the next day.
I mean, that's not surprising because he sold them 4 TVs. This guy's probably fucking loaded.
Yeah, he brought him in a bottle of whiskey, and he's like, and he forgot his name. He's like,
It's like the guy with the mustache.
he's like, is
TV guy.
he's like, is James around? And I'm like, that's not who it is. But
Is James
like,
around?
we don't have a James here. But
Is Tim around?
and my manager's like pretending to drink it and all that. It was like, he didn't open it, but it was kind of like a fun. He's like, take a picture. And then as soon as I was about to, he's like, no, don't take a picture.
I would have done it anyway.
Yeah, but
Yeah, it was Snapchat, YouTube, Xbox, Netflix.
describing notifications. That's what happens. What up, gang?
Oh, you're recording. Shit.
Yeah.
It's awkward.
Got some random bonus footage of us just doing nothing because recorded a fucking podcast and we may have lost the whole fucking.
No, we did lose all the audio.
We lost the audio, but
Thanks to this dinosaur.
fucking GoPro should have it, but undecided if we're releasing it. But I hope we do, for the sake of it. What are you fucking looking at me like that for? What's on my hand? What is this? This fucking sugar?
Don't want to creep him out. We texted. Shut up. Kidding, keep going.
Why would I keep on going?
It's me every morning.
You got one tear.
Why should I keep on going?
Why do I keep on going?
Shut up.
Shut up. I'm stubborn, but like I know when I can compromise. You know what I mean? Like I'd say I compromise more than I stick to my guns. 'Cause it's like I don't like confrontation, so it's like, all right, whatever, you fucking win. You know?
Yeah, well, that's a good way to be. That's not how I am.
I just don't want the confrontation, and I don't want the problems. I don't want the stress. So it's like it's not worth it to me. So it's like, whatever.
Yeah, I pretty much
You're
just
kind of.
do what I feel is right. Like,
I mean, I've noticed that the personalities are similar in that sense. Where like sometimes we'll be like a little something, and you're just like, no, forget it. It's fine. Just forget it. And it's like. And sometimes I feel like I need that for someone to just be like, no, shut the fuck up. It's fine. Like, shut up. Like, it doesn't matter. It's not important.
yeah.
But for me, it's like when somebody is on the cusp of meeting fire with fire, I'm like, bring it on. I'm a fucking fireman. Bring it on.
Wow.
So it's like I'm ready to get burned.
I'd rather not, like, unless the person really deserves it, and like I've had a lot of shit built up for a while, like I've just been taking the high road for too long. Yeah, I'll do it. I'm probably not gonna enjoy that I did it afterwards, but in the moment, usually it's like I'm doing alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say the only time I don't really compromise is if it adds up of shit, and I'm like, all right, yeah, I'm fucking sick of your shit. I'm ready to blow.
Yeah, but usually, like when it's up to that point, like I'm already making small jabs, like mentioning the shit that I'm like not in agreement with, I guess. Or,
Yeah,
like,
no, I've seen it. Yeah. Yeah.
It's fun.
You got
it's
any
fun.
examples?
I can't think of any.
Yeah, we definitely can't think of it.
Yeah. The way my brain's set up right now.
All we got is pictures of dolphins. I don't.
It just reminds me of that SpongeBob clip where he forgets his name. What's his name? How do we throw
Just
that out?
paper everywhere.
Yeah. There's just fires everywhere. It's usually me. That's usually me when I meet someone new, and like I'm bad with names when I first meet someone for some reason.
I'm pretty bad. Unless like I'm.
They'll have to say it to me a couple times for it to like stick in there.
Yeah.
Like they say it once, I'm like, who are you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm really bad at names.
But you recognize faces, though.
I recognize faces, but names? Oh, fuck. Terrible.
I'd like to think I'm fairly decent at it. Like
You probably are, because you can name your, actors, actresses, fighters, that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm like, oh, I know that face, but I don't know that name.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, with like pop culture shit, I'm good with names.
Like, I mean, also you probably see it on a regular basis to the point where it's like you see that name constantly, or you watch this thing with this person, or whatever. So.
Yeah. I'd say I'm more better at remembering car names than people names.
Really?
Which is funny. Yeah.
Oh shit! I didn't really take you for much of a car guy. I knew you liked cars, but I didn't really take you for much of a car guy.
I don't know a lot about cars. Like I know
Much. You're much car guy.
You're
Like-
much of the car guy.
Like I know basics, but I'm really into cars. I like cars.
I like trains.
I like trying. I like titles.
Damn it! Beat me to it. You ever been into cars much?
What?
You ever been into cars
No.
much? No, not at all.
Like, there's some cool looking ones, but they're
That's
way
the
too
cool one.
expensive.
That's out of my price range.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But cool. No, I think playing Forza really got me into cars.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Like
yeah.
back in 2016 when I first started playing like heavily.
Mhm.
So I'd say that's when my life kind of changed. That's when I got into shoes too. I really got into shoes in like
Because of
2016.
Forza?
Not because of Forza. No. I guess that was a bad segue. But yeah.
Yeah, like I'm not even into cars, but I like go-kart racing a lot. Like
Mm.
I'm obsessed with it to the point where like
You should get your own go-kart.
I'm going to
We'll start a league.
100%. I swear to God, we're
It's
doing
totally not legal, I don't think, to just start racing on the streets of go-karts.
Yeah, no, it definitely isn't.
that fucking remember that
But if we
YouTuber?
dress up like
Rémi
Mario,
Gaillard?
we
Yeah,
might get away with
yeah.
it.
I fucking love that video.
That guy was. Oh,
He's just fucking throwing bananas
He
and gets
was a
pulled over by the
nut.
cop.
Yeah.
Fuck, in France they just do different shit.
My favorite video of his though is the kangaroo one, where he's in the kangaroo suit and he just hops around everywhere. He's in the cafe in one scene and he's got a tray full of food and he's just like, and the food goes everywhere.
Oh my God.
And then there's another part where a guy's fishing.
Didn't even know it's gonna happen.
He's fishing. He jumps up in the air, both feet, kicks him right into the water.
Oh my god.
He kicks him right into the
Oh my
water.
God.
It's so funny. I gotta show it
What
to
the
you guys
fuck
now.
happened to him? Did they like just like arrest
I
him?
think he still makes videos.
I remember he had that Saving Private Remy video where he
Oh,
was
yeah.
on the beach and he started in the water.
And then
He's
there's
just sprinting up and like falling and shit.
That was the OG YouTube, man. That was all that really wacky
I think
shit.
there was nudity in that video.
Serious?
That was
Oh, there's
allowed
something
on
on your
YouTube.
beach?
I think it was like
Oh,
partial, like you were allowed to
Because
do
it was in
on
France
the
that it was
Yeah.
filmed, so yeah, that makes sense.
But
beach.
yeah,
I was like 9 and I was like, ooh.
Yeah. What are those floppers?
there was the snail one too, where he was like in a snail.
Oh, I think I know the snail one.
Yeah.
And he also took off a policeman's hat in the kangaroo one, and he fucking jumped on it.
Oh
It
my
was so funny.
He's got balls.
Oh yeah, in the drive-through, people are handing the food, and he just hops right through it.
Oh no.
Like, yeah, he hasn't posted in 9 months.
It's the
But
French jackass.
Crazy.
so funny. I love Remy.
Fuck, I was gonna say like the whole reason for bringing up like the cars and stuff because super into like go-karting and like every time I race I'm super competitive. Like my friends are not my friends, they're my enemies and I hate them and it gets bad. And there's like a go-kart league in Bowmanville that's hosted like every year.
Really?
Yeah. And you get to you pay, I think it's like over $1,000 or something, and you get like your team, you get your own cart, you get
It's
your
a
own helmet.
grand to join.
Yeah. And you get like a whole season. You get like 5 or 6 months of racing within that time.
And
You
how
actually
often do you race?
like almost every weekend. And you do like qualifiers and like you actually, it's like a real thing. You get into an actual tournament style with like 20 plus other people. It's like it's like a whole event. And I'm like, when I get my car, I'm doing that 100%. It's fucking awesome. Like I'd say we should go go-karting, but you wouldn't like me if we go-karted, so.
Well, I can take it serious.
Yeah, you can take it serious?
I wish that a lot more places allow bumping.
No, it's not racing.
It's Mario Kart.
It's not racing.
I don't know. Last time we went
I don't do
go-karting,
that
Kai stopped everybody because we went to Nebs.
Yeah, we went to Neds with the electric carts. Bro,
Kai started bumping everybody, and then like everybody's carts got shut off except for his, and he just.
He's like, ah.
Because the lineup, like literally, we started like I was behind him and he was like right in front of me with like two kids, probably like maybe 10 and 12, and they were siblings. So
And
like
they went green. He was like,
their
yeah.
parents are watching them race, and then literally right off the start, you're supposed to take it cautious. Guy guns it. He just fucking guns it right down the middle, and the little kids are trying to like fucking steer and shit, and he just boom, boom, he just fucking hits them. Kai keeps going. Their cart stopped. Kai keeps going.
Why does it work like that? It's so stupid.
There's this turn coming up. Kai doesn't turn on time. He hits the wall. It's fucking hits the wall. I'm sitting there. I drive past him. I'm like, yeah, it's fine. He's not gonna be a problem. He's behind me. And then eventually, like, I get to the point where they stop all the carts. Like, it's like an automatic thing with the electric carts. They stop them all if like too many hits happen. So like my cart and everybody else's get stopped. Kai passes me, and I'm like, oh no, now he's fucking in front of me. And then those kids also end up getting in front of me. I try and pass them, and then Kai just ends up going and fucking spins himself out. He does a full turn. He literally does an entire like fucking 180 spin. So then he's sitting there, and then the kids hit him, and it's like this. It's a fucking pile up, dude. It's like 10 minutes and all this shit. And like I never want to do that with him again because it's horrible.
I do.
I
That was
hate it.
so funny.
I fucking hate it.
So
It's
funny.
the
Were the
worst.
workers like pissed off or were they laughing?
I don't remember.
The one worker had to get up like 4 times to move his car back into position.
Yeah, he did. I
Just
do
like-
remember that. So I think they were probably pissed.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
come
probably
on,
pissed. But dude, Nebs was so much fun when we went.
Oh yeah.
We went on that fucking like that up and down ride.
Yeah, it was like
Oh,
a
yeah.
skyscraper
Fucking
type
drops.
thing.
Yeah, conversation. Let's go, bro. Let's go. Shut up.
There's a yeah, that shit's fun. But I
I'd
remember
love to go back to Nebs, but it's like, when you're past age 20, I think it's a little bit weird.
It is a
Yeah.
little weird.
Like, I think the last time we went was like what, like 4 years ago, 5 years ago.
something like that. I
Yeah.
think at least 4.
Yeah.
Is there anything you guys do or have done before that you get just ultra competitive at? Like even if it's just like arcade games and stuff, where like you're with a group of people and like you're the only one taking it seriously.
That's a tough one.
Or it's like someone is good but you're better and you just want to fuck them up in that game or whatever. So you just kind of go try hard, even though it's not really a thing. You just play better than them.
Skee ball.
Skee ball?
No, I don't know.
Skee ball.
Pretty good skee
What about
ball.
I think that fucking those basketball ones?
I always don't do that great.
I suck at those.
It takes like one game for me to get good at it. And then
You
I
got a
start
warm-up
building
game?
up the motion, and then I just do the same fucking motion over and
Yeah.
over again.
Nothing. Not even like a board game or anything?
I'd say Monopoly is the only thing I really take seriously. I don't really
Yeah.
take a lot seriously in life.
We really should be playing some like Monopoly. This table would be perfect for it. You could
Yeah.
actually play like a full game, and at some point put a little dosh down, put some coin down.
Sean loves gambling.
I love it. It's fantastic.
Sean loves
Even
gambling.
even it's just like a beer or a cider, like is that up for grabs or something? Just something to make it a little bit more interesting.
Sean's like, no stakes? No way.
You know?
Yeah, speaking of Monopoly, I got my Monopoly socks on.
Oh shit, those ones.
Your Monopoly socks?
Yeah.
It's got the dude on it?
It's
Yeah,
got a
Monopoly
Monopoly
Man.
man in jail.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some good socks.
Yeah, pretty good socks.
I got fireworks on them.
Pretty good socks.
Was that the ones your cousin got you?
Honestly, I don't know, cause like you and him kind of got like the same.
Oh.
Like they're both Monopoly socks.
Yeah.
So I don't know who gave who, but. Nice.
They're not that great.
Fucking lightning and shit. I got
It's fireworks.
fucking Under Armour. It's all just one little Under Armour logo. It's fine.
This-
It's pretty
It's
comfortable.
the foot pod.
Like,
It's
This part of the podcast just got really weird.
Just gotta cut out the last 10 minutes.
I don't feel weird. You feel weird?
Really, that like this is just something that I don't know if you'll like have any sort of speculation on.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
I don't think you do. I haven't told you.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
He said one time when he was younger, he fucking broke into like a construction zone or whatever and took 7 grams of mushrooms at that one time. And he
In a construction
yeah,
zone?
like some sort of
What
construction
is he?
zone.
Sounds like he doesn't know how to trip properly.
No.
What is he, brain dead?
Yeah,
Look at all these oranges.
yeah, it was like one of those things.
What?
And
You're just asking to die.
yeah, it was very odd. It was like I kind of mentioned to him that I started microdosing and stuff. He's like, yeah, well, I took 7 mushrooms in one time.
In a construction zone.
Yeah, it's like I took 7.
By himself?
He was with a couple guys, I think, or maybe by himself.
No,
it's by himself.
Maybe he made it up. I have no idea. Like,
He just falls.
Sounds like somebody trying to make up a cool story, but they don't know
Wait,
how
you
to
take
properly
mushrooms?
do
I've
something.
taken 7 at a construction site. Beat that.
that math class. is
Fuck
a fun
you,
time.
Sarah.
Do you remember that math class? I told you all the stories about that. There was a guy in there. His name was I mean, yeah, he's not gonna watch this. His name's Liam, and and we swear. Mike and I swear. Mike pointed it out when we were at the wing place when we would go to watch the fights. He swear he saw him. And
No,
I think,
we did see him.
I
We
think it
did
was
see
him.
We did see him. Yeah. Oh man.
And like literally, like that math class, I'd walk in the door and be like, "What's up, dude? What's going on?" And sometimes he'd just start like nudging me and shit. One time the teacher came in and was in there in the class for like 30 seconds. There was like a recycling bin like towards the door, and fucking Liam just pushes me into the recycling bin.
You know,
I'm fucking fall into the recycling bin.
one time we were in the hall, and he's just like, Mike, and he picks me up like by my back and my rib cage, and he just starts pushing it together. He's trying to crush my fucking rib cage and my spine together. It was literally like one of the worst pains I felt in my life.
Why? Just baby girl.
No, like he picked me up like one on the front, one on the back, and he just started squeezing. And this guy's probably like 200 pounds, give or
Yeah.
take. So this guy's like pretty strong, you know.
Liam, huh?
But
Yeah, it was.
But
Yeah.
like he was that guy. Like he probably had a couple screws loose, you know.
Oh, 100%.
You know.
But the moral of the story.
Allegedly.
You know that what I said was not accurate. The moral of the story doesn't make sense. But what ended up happening was when he pushed me, I got kicked out of the class. Makes no
What?
sense. Yeah, the teacher was like, "Stop horsing around, Sheldon. Get out."
That really that encapsulates Henry Street perfectly.
It wasn't Henry though.
It wasn't
It
Henry.
still encapsulates
Wait,
Henry
who's the
Street.
teacher?
Mr. H. You wouldn't know him.
Oh,
I'm not gonna say his
Yeah.
last name because
Okay,
you could look him up.
Yeah.
Was Anderson?
No, this is All Saints.
Fuck's sakes.
Yeah.
What do you think you're gonna be doing for the quarantine moment when it comes?
Do you really think it's gonna happen?
It might.
I don't think
What
it's
am I gonna be doing if they don't shut off the internet, which I don't think they would, right?
Well, like no, shit would still be on. It's
Yeah.
just people who can, or their work isn't necessary.
No, it's Y2K all over again. Everything's shutting off. The world's gonna end. Did you hear 2020?
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
I
don't know what I'm
It's
saying.
probably a book about it somewhere.
Probably. There's a bunch of like fake Instagram posts going around saying, "Oh, this was posted in 1980," and then it's like a little like note in some sort of it's some little note inside of a book saying there's gonna be this virus that happens in 2020,
this respiratory
and
virus.
and then it's gonna disappear, and then it's gonna come back 10 years later, and then it's gonna disappear forever, something like that.
The
Yeah.
virus.
Yeah.
There was some like book.
I think it's complete bullshit.
It's
I think
weird.
it's just
Yeah, it's just gonna come and it's gonna
It's
go
I
away.
mean, have you looked up the book and like try to find that part of the book?
Have you seen it?
I've seen the page, but I haven't looked up the book to see if that was real or not.
You seen the exact quote?
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
Oh, have you?
It's basically like to pretty much go off you paraphrasing as well. It was like a respiratory illness is gonna suddenly hit in the year 2020. It's gonna ravage at first, and then it's gonna die down, and then it's gonna reemerge itself after years have passed.
Yeah.
So like it's ominous as fuck, but like anybody could have written that with all the fucking millions of things that have ever been written. Like anybody could have sung that. Plus 2020 is a cool year, like to see 20 and then 20.
But there's a book from 1980 that specifically said 2020.
Yeah, that specifically referenced that. Yeah. which is weird.
But there's also a lot of people that just say shit. Like there's, like I saw a bunch of shit on Twitter, probably a couple months back, saying, "Oh, there's gonna be a rapper that dies in 2020 or something like that."
Of course, every year there's at least one.
Yeah. So it's like, you know, people can just say shit and then it's like coincidental. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It could be a case. It probably is. If the actual quote is real. Like,
Yeah, like for me, until I see it, I'm deeming that as fake because there's so much fucking bullshit on Instagram.
What do you think would happen if everyone on Earth jumped at once?
The world would just stop. Just stop.
Nothing would happen. It had
You don't think we'd feel it at least?
We'd have no impact on it.
You don't think there would be like a noticeable thump on the floor that all of us would feel?
Nothing would
Oh
happen.
my god. Look at
7 billion
Nothing
people,
would happen.
many way more than us.
Nothing would happen. I'm telling you.
Well, I don't think
Yeah, it's. Oh, what are you showing?
rats. He's showing me rats.
I'm showing people like
Oh my-
fucking ravaging toilet paper.
Yeah, you're right. Those are rats. That's exactly
Yeah.
what those are. This book is called Eyes of Darkness by Dean Koontz. That's what the book
Dean
is.
Koontz?
Yeah, Dean Koontz.
They're saying Dean Koontz predicted this shit?
Yeah, that's what they're saying, yeah.
Wait, you know him?
He's just a fiction writer that's been writing books forever. He still writes books now. They're all like mystery, horror, suspense, thriller shit.
Oh my, he looks fucking weird.
He has like hundreds of books.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's fucking Dean. That's Dean,
He's just
man.
a little too old for that haircut.
It's Dean. He's got a paper cut.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. But no, nothing.
Yeah, no, so that just makes me not believe that quote even more.
Well,
Because-
it's not that it's not a real quote. It's just that like.
Yeah, but he's just fucking talking out of his
Yeah,
ass.
he's talking
It's
his
like,
ass, yeah. Yeah, because 2020 is a cool year to write down.
I'm sure there's a bunch of shit about the year 3000.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like 2050. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like years like that. Like any year that ends in 0, they're gonna be like, oh, this is gonna happen. This is gonna happen. Yeah. And the likelihood of it happening it's completely probable, you know, because there's just so much shit. You know.
What?
You look up
This
Dean
gif
Koontz.
I just saw.
What the fuck is that?
It's a robot trying to put on.
Oh, actually,
lipstick.
I watch that girl. She makes like inventions and stuff like
It's just
that.
fucking smothering it all over her.
She turned her Tesla into like a truck before like the Cybertruck was even a thing.
Oh shit.
Like she turned her Model 3 into an actual truck.
That's
Jesus.
crazy.
It's actually pretty dope. Like
Smart lady.
she cut like half of it. Like she cut the second half, and then she just made it into like a truck bed. It looks sick.
Hmm.
You just look up truckla.
Truck.
That's what she called it. That's what she called it. But it's pretty dope.
To go back on what you were saying about everybody jumping at once.
That looks cool.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
we're,
dope.
we're still on the truck.
No, you.
No. Well, yeah. So basically, I heard one time that we could fit all the humans on Earth into the Grand Canyon easily without making up any space, without taking up much space in it at all.
If we all like doggy piled on each other.
No, if we were just all standing and we had a square foot around us of space,
But isn't
we
it?
could all do that easily.
But how are we standing on like?
No, like
fucking
within the actual
completely-
No,
inside.
within the actual like trench.
Yeah.
There's enough standing space for all of us.
It's
Like,
huge.
every
Grand
human.
Canyon's huge.
No, I know, but that huge?
Yeah, every single human. So you think about that. That puts perspective how big the world is. That's just the land that we have. It would do nothing if everybody jumped at once. Nothing.
Yeah, I don't think
Not
it.
even-
What if we all jumped at once
In the
in
same
the
spot.
Grand Canyon?
Still nothing.
Just shatter that plate.
Yeah.
You just fall through the void.
Yeah, that's how you unlock the next level.
Yeah.
Everyone's gotta jump at the
I'm
same time.
sure if everybody jumped at once in the same exact spot, let's say it was like a circle of everybody, if all 7 billion people created some sort of circle and like were within its inner circle, and we all jumped at once, I'm sure there would be some seismic activity, but it wouldn't be anything significant at all.
What if we all yelled the same word at the same time up into the sky? I think it would
Like from
that's how we
everywhere-
communicate with aliens
What?
now. We all just yell the same thing.
What word are we talking about?
Any word. What word are you talking about? What are you thinking? Just one big yeah. It's just echoes over the whole fucking world.
Yeah.
What many birds would die just from fucking being startled. Like, a bunch of birds just drop
You
out
see
of
it
the
flying,
sky.
looking around, just drops.
It'd be Shrek 1 all over again. Just
I don't remember that reference.
you don't remember Fiona singing, and then it gets
She
loud.
hits the
and
high
she,
note.
like
Oh,
she
and
like
everybody...
makes the birds burst.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
It's fucked.
It's
Dreamworks,
Shrek.
goddamn it,
It's
Dreamworks.
Shrek.
We shit together.
They got away with so much shit in that movie.
Probably.
Shrek 2, fucking Shrek and Fiona get cockblocked, and Shrek's like, somebody better be dying, and then it's Fiona's dad's dying.
Oh, I think I remember that. Yeah.
And then it like sharp cuts to him in the bed. He's like, I'm dying.
The DreamWorks movies are often shit.
They're more or less like
I
the
think
reason
Ferdinand's DreamWorks.
The animation style is so much.
the
lazier
reason
at
the
DreamWorks.
reason they made their company was because Disney was so successful, and they
Madagascar.
Yeah, that was like one of their biggest things.
Kung Fu Panda. Come on, they got some good ones.
Kung Fu Pandas.
Skidoo.
The first one's alright.
Kung Fu Pandas. Like the characters look hideous too. Like they don't look good.
Yeah, I don't know.
They
The
look pretty
art-
good.
I don't like the art style.
Master
of that movie.
Shifu.
Yeah, Master
I don't
Chief
even know who that is.
Master Chief
He's that little rat character. I know what he is.
Master
Panda.
He's a little fucking rat.
He's got like Fu Manchu.
Yeah.
He's definitely a little rat though. He's not. There's no way he's a panda.
Monsters vs. Aliens. You remember that?
I like that movie. That was
You
a
like
good
that movie?
And
That's
also,
fun.
who else was in that?
I thought like Seth Rogen was in it, right? As one of the alien blobs or
I think
something.
he was the Blob. Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
I'm pretty sure that was like my favorite character. I'm pretty sure that was my favorite character. That and the freaking the green guy, the monster.
They
guy.
did Sinbad.
I've never seen
A
that.
lot of the newer ones are shit. Didn't they do Sing?
Didn't they?
Awful fucking movie.
Didn't they do Over the Hedge? Over the Hedge was great.
I think it was DreamWorks.
Over the Hedge
That
was.
was a good movie.
Over the Hedge was
Turbo.
so funny.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
They did the race snails.
I never saw that movie.
I didn't either. I played the game.
Didn't know there was a game.
They did Trolls.
You played it? Like that movie came out not too long ago.
It came out in 2013.
Oh wow!
racing.
Really? Wow. I thought it at least came out like 2016 or something.
It was like a PlayStation game, like a free game or something.
No, it was on like one of the handheld
Game.
game things. Megamind.
Megamind was okay.
I honestly don't remember it.
It was okay.
You don't remember that face?
I remember the blue face. I just
Yeah.
don't remember watching the movie.
For some reason, he looks like Jared Leto.
For some reason, I'm getting flashbacks of fucking Despicable Me.
Oh yeah, fuck that. I watched the first one.
Yeah,
You
I watched
like
the
it?
I
first
didn't
one.
hate it. I didn't hate it.
It was okay.
But Minions are the worst fucking thing humanity's ever.
They're
made.
based off of Hitler Youth costumes.
No, are you serious? What the fuck is going on? How the hell did they pass that? That he. Is it? Who do I believe here?
Hold on.
There's no way.
I'm not buying
Have
it.
you heard this shit?
I'm not buying it.
Have you heard of this?
No, I'm not buying it.
That's crazy if that's fucking a thing.
I'm definitely not buying that shit.
Well, let's see the comparisons.
Yeah, the young Nazi poison gas test outfits. They look exactly like Minions.
Are they yellow?
I feel like it's. A
Oh no, they're
stretch.
not. The Minions
They're
themselves.
definitely not yellow.
Look
Minions
well, no,
themselves
they're
are-
not yellow,
no.
but look at that.
Oh Jesus. That's
That's
fucking.
kind of a stretch though. That could be like the fucking.
That's the whole thing. Is the one eye and the fucking.
Yeah, but you could also pass that as inspiration off of those old Sea Lantern helmets.
That's true too.
Sure.
that-
Pick which
that's-
side you want.
That's a fucking. I don't know. That's a stretch if I've ever seen it.
Yeah, I'm pretty.
I hate the Minions, but that's kind of a stretch.
I mean, they make you hate them even more.
Yeah, it's when they were experimenting with Cycle on Beat.
Yeah, that's when the Minions decided to take the moon.
Wait, that was a thing.
Despicable Me.
In the movie, yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that.
And Drew wanted to take the moon.
Oh,
You don't remember that?
I don't remember. It's been too.
I think that was like the whole first
I watched it
movie.
like
That's the whole
years
plot.
ago.
Yeah.
7 years ago. I watched that or some shit. I can't remember. It's been too long.
Yep.
Yep.
Is it?
Alright, bye.
Stay black.
Wait, what?
That was good.